I thought it appropriate for my first vlog to focus on Transformation Tuesday. For me and in life, like the theme of what's happening in the USA right now seems to be coming up against adversity, or people that have different opinions of you, that you feel have some sort of power over you, and how to stand up for yourself and take care of yourself while somebody holds that power over you. For me, for a long time, it's been a lifelong struggle for me actually. There's a part of me that's very tough and feisty, but that came to be as a protection. I had to become that way in order to protect myself because of what I was surrounded with. Underneath that is super incredibly sensitive little girl that I'm protecting. Through the years, I've looked at that and I've worked on that and I've been vulnerable, and then I've realized I've been vulnerable around the wrong people, and I let them have too much control or power over me, and in turn I took a back seat and I lost myself along the way. And for me right now it is about finding where I want to be quiet and stay safe and take a back seat and take the safe route. And instead of doing that, I do what's scary and I speak up. And sometimes it comes out feisty, or it sounds like maybe aggressive or a fight. And if somebody's on the other end hearing that, they might be like, oh my God, what a, Tuesday, appropriate. Or would it be ITCH? Or they may see that I'm protecting myself and not ever think to go any deeper than that. They would have no idea what's going on in my life and why I'm actually fighting for myself. So that has come up in my life in a lot of ways right now. I've written an article about it. I actually literally just went to a casting director workshop and kind of got into a fight with a casting director about it because of it. And something in me knew that because this man was in a power position or an authoritative role, something in me knew was like, oh man, I'm gonna get into a fight with him or like a thing with him. And I didn't set it up, I didn't worry about it or think about it. It was just a thought came and then it left. And somehow on the day I got late, like I forgot what even time it was. I thought I had plenty of time. I then got in my car and was like, I thought I had half an hour and I'm a half an hour late. And I was like, Lindsay, don't freak yourself out. It's obviously for a reason. So of course then I go in there and I'm pointed out as like the bad kid of what not to do. He said something along the lines of, and everybody, this is what not to do, this is how not to be late, and this is the talk that I would be having. And so me being where I am, and in the past, like, I'd be like, oh, you're a casting director, oh, I don't want to upset you. I would have just been like, said, I'm so sorry, or whatever, anything along those lines. And today I decided not to. And I stood for myself and I was like, well, just wait, like you're gonna get a phone call about it. Your phone is off, fine. But I stood my ground and I was a little combative, and it's upsetting to my being, right, to be combative, because everything in me wants everything to be okay and to go fine and to like la 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 la, life is so happy, life is so great, can't we all just get along? And life doesn't always work that way. And so for me, standing up for myself, as terrifying as it is, feels so rewarding right now. And I know that I'm doing something good for myself, and I know that in those moments I am transforming my behavior and I'm correcting what got off so long ago. And so, eventually it'll probably rectify itself, and then I'll go into rooms or be with people that I quote unquote think have more power or whatever, and I'll be able to be like, hey dude, what's up? And nothing will own me or have any power over me. So that's an exciting game for me to play in life. always has been. So I would challenge you to look in your life and see, you know, where you have your own version of that. It might not be, you know, standing up to authority or whatever, even though that's a very big theme, just living in the world that we live in. But like, where is it? Is it with a boyfriend or a parent, or it can be any number of things. And I would really just challenge you to look into that and be excited about that and do, you know, what feels uncomfortable, what is a little terrifying to your being, because that's just the way we grow, and it's fun. And I think nature rewards us for that, because we're not acting out of turn, being an angry person to be an angry person. We're actually taking care of ourselves in the moment and standing for something. When you stand for your own freedom, I believe nature responds accordingly in a really, really incredibly beautiful way. So I wish for all of you to have your own version experience of that on Transformation Tuesday.